A couple weeks ago, we talked about the fact that a small delegation of Republican lawmakers from the state of Virginia were heading to Arizona to tour the ballot audit that is taking place. Essentially, the Republicans in Arizona turned this entire thing into a sideshow attraction, and Pennsylvania Republicans were the first to come down there. Well, apparently other Republicans from across the country have decided that they want to come see what all the fuss is about, and they're on their way to Arizona as well. We have already had several delegations, in addition to the Pennsylvania delegation, go through the audit facility, and more are on the way. So far, we have had, of course, Pennsylvania. Nevada has sent a couple Republicans over. Georgia has sent Republicans. Alaska has sent people. Wisconsin and Virginia are also likely to send some of their Republicans to go see what all the fuss is about, but basically to learn how to do this so that they can bring this strategy back to their own states and undermine their own elections when they don't win. Because that's what this is all about. They're getting the blueprint from Arizona to learn how to do this, learn how to, like I've pointed out in other videos, both here and at Ring of Fire, learn how to allocate a small portion of the budget so as not to piss off the public with the cost of the recount, how to attract all these outside Trump-supporting donors, which is what's happening now, to come in and actually fund the real operation so you don't have to pay for it. The taxpayers aren't on the hook, so they can't get pissed off about it. You're just wasting other people's money. And of course, then you show them how to audit the ballots. Folks, I'm going to say what I've been saying since basically the second week at least of this ballot audit. If they had already uncovered any evidence whatsoever of fraud or interference or anything like that, they would be waving it in our faces 24/7. It would be the top story on every single conservative news outlet in the United States of America. And it would probably be the only story that ran that day. They would probably have, a dozen different versions of it. But so far, nothing. And if you're telling me that this entire group of individuals from Cyber Ninjas and the volunteers that are conducting this audit, if you mean to tell me that all of them are remaining super tight-lipped about all the fraud they've uncovered, then you're kidding yourselves. There is no fraud. There is no reason to be conducting this ballot audit. They're doing it to make Donald Trump feel a little better about losing the election. And they're dragging it out as long as they possibly can so that people forget that it's even happening. These Republicans that are coming from all over the country to tour this little sideshow, freak show, really, they know that there is no fraud. But they're not interested in uncovering fraud. They're interested in using this as an excuse to not accept election results in the future. That's why these Republicans are flocking to Arizona. It's not just to see what's happening. No. That's just what you see on the surface. What they're really learning is the crap taking place behind the scenes. How they made it happen. How they got the donors. How they sold it to the public. What they're going to do once it doesn't reveal the results they think it will. That's the real reason they're traveling there. They have to talk in person. You don't want a paper trail of any of these conversations. You don't want phone records. You don't want text messages or emails. But mark my words, that's what's taking place. That is what is taking place. It's disgusting. It undermines our democratic processes here in the United States. And it shows that Republicans will go to whatever desperate measures they have to just to make it look like they didn't lose elections, because that is what this is all about.